Here's a reenactment of me at about 6 o'clock local time last night. Oh, hey, Milo's speaking tonight. Streamed live. I'll check this out. Oh, great. Here we go. What? No. What? No. What? If you follow Milo Yiannopoulos like I do, you know people protesting his speaking tour is nothing new. They spread blood on themselves at Rutgers. They denounced free speech at Minnesota.
Are you for the First Amendment in certain circumstances? Holy shit! You only believe in free speech in certain circumstances?
They gruesomely executed fashion at American.
When students' lives are under attack, what do we do?
SJW's gonna SJW. So when that happened at Milo's speaking event last night at DePaul University in Chicago, I wasn't terribly surprised. But as the clickbait title goes, you won't believe what happens next. Let's review the facts. DePaul College Republicans have planned to host Milo for speaking since February. On short notice, just before the event, the university demanded an additional $2,000 to pay for security guards to cover what was expected to be a contentious event. Event organizers and Milo's publication split that bill. Milo describes.
Sometimes what happens is the university places hideous, onerous restrictions on speakers at the last minute. They put, horrible fees, at the last minute. They say, oh, well, you need 25 security guards. This is going to cost you an extra $2,000. This happened at Bucknell. It's also happened at DePaul. And we've, my publication, Breitbart, has had to foot some of the bill for this event.
With the cost of extra security covered, Milo spoke for no more than 15 minutes before the thought police literally blew the whistle on the event.
They're called microaggressions because you can't even see them. And the reason you can't see them is because they're not there. There's nothing happened. I mean, hello, darling.
Sir, please,
Do you need some
sir,
help?
Sir,
Do you need some
please.
help?
They provided free Trump campaign material. And they physically stole the host's microphone before getting threatening in Milo's face.
I got all day. I literally have all day.
Well, how noble of you to clear your busy schedule to provide peace and justice to the masses. They spouted all your typical social justice nonsense.
Microaggressions don't exist. The dumbest thing I've ever heard. Make America hate again. Racist bastard.
But Milo handled it calmly, in form, with humor, as he always does.
Imagine going home to your parents and having to explain you're in prison because you were protesting a faggot. Well, Mom, there was this gay man who just had the wrong opinions.
So no big deal, we've seen this before. Let them act like fools and call security or the police.
Just so you're all aware, public safety did call the police, so they should be here very soon. With that being said, anybody on the stage will be arrested.
And a few minutes later, security shows up and everyone watching, including me, is thinking, great, let's get these clowns off the stage and move on with the show. And then... nothing. A whole lot of nothing. Security just stands there doing nothing. The speakers are hostage under the glaring overwatch of this self-appointed thought policeman, while the real policemen play the crucial role of human doorstop. Milo attempts to continue making jokes that are met with threats of violence.
You see, it's fine now. We're having a nice time. You're just very beautiful stage dressing for me. If you weren't such an obnoxious cunt, I'd hit on you. He's ready to hit me. We've had our first threat of violence now, so that's great.
All along, we've assumed there's some type of confusion going on. Maybe campus security is waiting for the Chicago Police Department to arrive to restore order until we get clarification on the issue.
They're going to leave him there. Okay. Or alternatively, as I've just been informed, they have a level of spinelessness. Like, they'll let it carry on, but they'll let them sit here. so we can't really have a conversation with one another. It's very difficult to communicate.
That's right, the school has decided to allow these protesters to hijack a paid speaking event on campus, to stifle a speaker a student organization worked for months to secure, to choose ideological imposition over intellectual discussion. At this point, Milo decided to take on the role of activist himself, marching with students on the president's office to voice their displeasure. Their concerns, however, appear to have fallen on deaf ears. There are some clips linked in the description if you have interest in viewing them. The protest itself isn't what's enraging here, though the protesters are annoying. But SJW is gonna SJW. It happens. We let protesters protest, but when protest radicalizes to the point it shuts down scheduled speakers for no reason other than their ideas or their opinions are wrong, an institution of integrity identifies the bullies and removes them. Instead, DePaul, for reasons they have yet to explain, caved to the worst type of authoritarian bully. Let's be clear here, DePaul was not surprised by the events that took place. They foresaw the need for additional security. They charged event organizers for that security, and when that need was realized, they appear to have called off the security entirely. Nothing about what happened should be surprising, DePaul, and what's more troublesome is the consequences of your actions shouldn't be surprising either, yet you still choose this path. We know what happens when Milo speaks. We've seen it before, and we know what happens when a school caves to social justice authoritarians. See Mizzou, see declining enrollment, see the budget shortfall, see the school suffering. When you choose that path, when you decide DePaul is a daycare rather than a university, watch prospective students reconsider. Watch prospective faculty reconsider. Watch prospective donors reconsider. Your radical commitment to serving the underprivileged will ironically strangle your revenue streams that allow you to serve the underprivileged in the first place. As much as I love Milo, the most profound thing said at this event was actually from the student who introduced him.
Since I've been here, I've learned even though DePaul claims it's a community that prides itself on acceptance and tolerance, it's a lot easier to come out as being a gay person than it is if you come out as a Republican.
At first, that statement sounds exaggerated for the sake of humor, but no more than 30 minutes after he said that did his university demonstrate why that's true and how they reinforce it. This guy is punished not for who he is or what he's done, but for what he thinks. At a university, no less. When your university is no longer a sanctuary for free thought, for the free exchange of ideas, for the open competition of ideas, when your university is not only indifferent to that mission, but betrays it, what is the purpose of being there at all? I look forward to your justification, DePaul, to how you spin this, to how you square a mission of free inquiry and academic integrity with blatant authoritarian ideological enforcement. I am eager to hear what you say. That is, of course, as long as the king and the queen deem it acceptable. If they storm your press conference, they get the mic, and whatever they say goes. It's only fair. Thanks as always for listening and for supporting this channel. Always appreciate that thoughtful discussion. Down below and especially over on Twitter, that is at skag_3. You are always welcome to come hang out and chat in my live streams. They are linked down in the description. Looking forward to it. Okay, bye.